Hello. After a couple of years of not really using Revit, I'm going to attempt to start using it again. So, um, just having a quick look here to remind myself. So I'm going to start off with some grids. Let's see what length that's coming in at. I guess I'm not getting that. So I'm going to turn on both ends of this. Now if I select that, I can do create similar, and I can come over here 20 feet. Oh, I've cancelled out that. So create similar just means, right, that you can create it like this. So if I go 15 feet, it should create one with the number 2. Or we can just copy. So select this and then copy, I think is the best way. Select here, and we want to go 20 feet and 40 feet. Now 40 feet didn't work because I had to go out past this other one. So select this again, copy here, 20 feet. And it did create it as 4, which is good. I thought it might create it as 5. So let's create some grid lines the other direction. So go back into structure, grids, and we'll select this way. And you can just keep creating them if you want. I'm going to change this to an A, and then it should know when I create the next one to go to B. So if I select this, go to copy, you can see up here it's constraint is what we want, and multiple. So we can just go here and then come down to 15. And that's 20. I'll go 15, and then I'll go 20 here, and then I'll go, I don't need to go anymore, that's fine. And then what I'll do is select one of these. We can see that these are all locked together. So if I drag this back to here, and then we can drag these back and tidy up our grids a little bit. Okay. Alright, so there's our grid locations. So if we go to 3D view, we can see we also have 2 levels. So if we want to come back into our east elevation, oh, that's the wrong project, sorry. So we want to come into an east elevation here. We can see, let's clean this up a little bit. Let's bring this over pretty close. Bring this over where you can see the writing, and let's say my base level of this project, I need it to be 25 feet. So I don't want to move the whole model. So what I'll do is sorry, I like to have these on. Just my own preference. I'm sure there's probably good reason to not have them on. Alright. I thought I had them on already. But anyway, also these other ones, it's going to bother me if I don't do it right now. Sorry about that. Alright. So this is level 1. So do VG or VV for visual graphics. And let's go to site, turn it on, and go to project base point, apply, okay. This is my project base point, so I want to go to, let's call it 28 feet. So let's go to minus 28, and we don't need to put in the 0. So now I'm 28, and this is 38, so I want this to be 42 feet. No reason, just changing it, that's all. And this is going to be first floor. Yes, I want to change the corresponding views. Second floor. Yes, I think I spelled it right. Okay, so let's say we're going to start on this floor and we're going to work our way up. We're probably going to want to put another floor, so let's go and add another floor up here. So you can just go back to the basic way and do a level if you want, and we can go up here 12 feet. So the problem is that's not going to be locked into this other one, I don't think. So let's select this and we'll just copy up here 12 feet. And we'll call this, oh, didn't want to do that. I just want to double click here and call this roof. Now this did not create a floor plan for the roof. I don't want these analytical ones. If we need them we can create them later. So I'm just going to delete them. So let's select this, move this up past. Okay, so we have first floor, second floor, and let's create another grid for foundation. Sorry. So let's select this and let's do an 8-foot foundation wall. So let's copy 8 feet. This is going to be pretty basic because my knowledge is also pretty basic. Alright, so we just did an 8'6". So let's change this to 20 feet. Okay. Alright, so alright, we're good to go. So this is going to be foundation. And let's drag this down below. Sorry, for some reason I like to see all these. Obviously I can't see these other ones either. Let's drag this out a little bit. Okay. So if we go to manage and view and plan views, structural, we can see these two we don't have plans for. Do not duplicate. So okay. So we've created the plan views for those two. So it's gone to the roof. I don't need it to go to the roof. So here's the second floor view. Let's open the first floor. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in some columns. So if I go to structure, column, and it's coming up with HSS tubes, I'll just put in W8 by 31. Now we have some different options here. Rotate after placement, depth, I want it to be height, and I want it to be the roof, and at grid lines. So let me select around these, and there you go, it's put it in at each of these grid lines, intersections. So if you need to rotate them you can do it afterwards, and we could say we have all our columns. So let's go to the 3D view and we can see we have our columns. Let's set this to fine and shaded. Alright, let's turn off the analytical. I can see the orange lines in there. I think realistic is probably better in Revit. Alright, so these ones here in the middle, they can probably go down further, right? So let's say that they go all the way to the bottom of the wall. Alright, so select, they will go roof. So let's say we want to go from foundation level. I apply, you can see they have gone down to the foundation level, so that's good. And we should probably put in some sort of foundation wall here, right, and some footings over here. So we can go to structure now. I'm just kind of learning this myself. So let's say we have this footing. What options have we got? So we haven't got a whole lot of options. So let's edit type, duplicate, and let's do a 48 by 48. Now after you create this, you need to come in here and change this to a 48. So you can do 4, should work, and okay. And then where do we want to place these? Add columns. So we can pick this column, this column, this column, this column. So sorry, I forgot to press down the control and do OK. And there we have 4 footings there. Now if we go back to the plan view of the first floor, we want to do a foundation wall. So if we go here, we can go wall here also, and we can do foundation concrete. And you can do the same thing here. You can do edit type, duplicate, foundation concrete, and we could do a 10-inch wall. Okay, and concrete, you can see it's on concrete there for the fill pattern. And the course, I don't want it to look like black, so I'll just put it in a grey, maybe a lighter grey than that. Okay, and then you want to edit the structure because it's not going to be 1 foot anymore. It's going to be 10 inches. So 0 foot 10. Okay, okay. And now we got to choose where we want to place this wall. So we can pick lines. Also we want to see modified, so depth unconnected. So it's the first floor to foundation, so it would be an 8-foot wall, is that correct? And the wall center line is fine. Chain, offset. I don't want to offset it because my columns are on the line, so that's fine. So if we can see, if we do, it's set to pick lines or to draw a line. To pick lines, let's see if we can pick this. Now if we hold down the tab, no, okay, that should work. And enter, and that has added those walls. So let's have a look. If we go to the 3D view, we can see we have those walls. Now you might decide that those walls are a little thin. So what we can do also is if we go to the structure tab, if I select this one, I think no, it's a modify. Let's go to the modify and join. We can join these together as far as I know, but I don't need to join them right now actually. So let's just select them, or what you can do is just select one of them and select all instances in this view. And we're going to change this back to the 12-inch foundation, and it's on center, so it should be okay. And return, and then just select it and just see. It's a 12-inch foundation wall, and that's a basic wall. Yeah, basic wall foundation. Okay. So there's your beam. So now we want to put some beams in on the first floor. Let's say we don't want to put any beams on the first floor, we want to go second floor, right? So let's go to the second floor and go to structure, beam, and we can pick a line, or we can just come in here and draw like this. Now that's just putting in one beam. If I do chain, you can see the placements on the second floor. Structural usage is automatic, so we can see it should come in as a girder if it's going column to column. So let's just see. Now we can change that. Now the only problem is there's no annotation on this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, going to delete those two beams, and I'm going to put in a beam again. And I didn't decide either. You can see this is putting in bar joist. So come in here and choose what size beam you want. So I'm going to do, I have these loaded already, you may need to load them. W12 by 26, chain, tag on placement. Also you can put the beams on the grids. So we can do tag on placement and beam on grids. And then we can just select around all the grids. And you can see it has put the names of the beams and the beams in also. So finish. So that's good. So let's just say, yeah, let's just leave these beams as being fine like that. So let's go back to the 3D view. And we can see, there we go, I have some beams in. Now I didn't get any connections yet, so let's go back to my second floor view. Now what we can also do is we can do structure and we can do beam system. So we can see typical beam, I want this to be a 10, we'll do a W 10 by 18 or something like that. W 10 by 26. And whatever beam you pick, that's the directions the beams will go in. 6 feet is too far of a spacing, so I'll go 5. That looks a little better. And put that in a 3D. Justification center, okay. Sketch beam system. I don't need to do that. You need to do that if this is not creating a, and I want to tag on placement. So we can see it's putting 5 beams there, 5 beams there, 5 beams there, so on. So let's just fill this in. Okay. Alright, so if we click on this beam, we can just go over here, we can see that this beam is a joist. And this beam here, no, that's picking the system of the, I don't actually want to pick that, I want to pick this beam. So let's tab. W shape 10 by 26. So that's picking the whole beam system. So let's go to the 3D view and let's select one of these beams. And we can see these beams should be in as girders. Yeah, so it's put them in automatically as girders. So you can see it's already cut these back, which myself I don't like. So if you want to go to steel then and connections, you can see Sorry, so if I click on connection, if you see down here, it's looking for generic connection. So we can pick here. So it's putting a connection in here, edit type. So sorry, if I go back and pick this, sorry, just getting a phone call there. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up to the top floor. Sorry, I'm just going to go up to the top floor and finish off. As I say, I'm a little green with this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. I'll just do the structure first, as I was originally going to do, and then I will do the rest. So here's another thing we can do then. If we go to the second floor again, and if we select everything here, and then just go to filter, structural girders is all we want, so pick structural girders. Okay, and then we want to copy the clipboard and then go align to levels roof. So let's see what we got now. If we go back to the 3D model, we can see we have copied those beams up to the roof level. Now this roof level is probably not going to be level, but we'll leave it level for now. So if we want to go into a roof section, come down here, or a roof plan, come in here, and now we want to do a beam system again, but this time because it's the roof. W10 by 20. I'm sorry, I forgot. I have to. So this is something that I make a mistake on last couple of times. So when I go to beam system now, we got to select it up here. So I got to look for bar joists, 8K, 10K, 1, and we'll put that in there. And that's going to put our bar joists in. Now I've tried to put that on the same side of the line, so that was a mistake by me. Now maybe you want to switch these the other way also, but you probably want to change the spacing on these. So just to show you how easy it is to put them in, let's close that. That's just a family. No, let's see if we have any properties here. The angle, okay. Go back to the 3D model, and you can see we have some sort of a structure here. It's kind of a weird structure, but we have a structure. So we'll do some connections in the next video. Just wanted to kind of cover this as I'm going through it myself. I'm doing a bit of a course, so I still need to get into the connections myself to understand them fully. Alright, hope that helps. Thanks.